Facebook land. Sorry, we're a little late today.
Hi.
It has been a hectic day full of all sorts of errands and doing all sorts of things.
Yeah, but got a lot done. I'm really, really happy with it. So getting stuff out, getting things crossed off the list, feels really good.
See, baby shows up. See, Melissa's here. Hi, Melissa. How are you? Let's not say anything with people. Do they want to shake anything? See what else comes on. And then we're talking about how we deal with negative thoughts and using comedy to get back on track. And some of the tactics that we use because it can be kind of difficult at times, especially during high stress situations. Say the week of Thanksgiving.
Oh, yeah.
Yes. Yes. Melissa says, just leaving work. Not sure how long you guys are streaming. We'll be back if I can. Sweet. Pat says, hi, Lawrence and Morgan. Hi, Pat. How are you? Yes, so today we were talking about how we deal with the negative thoughts that pop into our heads throughout the day and how we deal with them, because if not, man, they can overwhelm you.
No kidding.
Hi, Meredith.
Hey, Tara.
Hi, Tara. Hey. Hey, Meredith.
Awesome.
Yes. Okay, so let's get into it.
Yep, looks like enough people are here. I think we're ready. Cool.
Yep.
All right. So.
Oh, Chuck says can't wait for Barley's portrait to get here. Looks awesome. Excellent, Chuck. He is officially in the mail.
We literally just came back from the post office, so that is on its way to you.
Yes.
So please report.
I'm super excited. He's a handsome boy. Oh, it was such a nice photo. His portrait was so nice.
Turned out really nice.
Yes. Ashley says hi there. Hi, Ashley. Okay, so you're actually an ace at this, though, as far as using comedy to combat the negative voices in your head, because I have learned a lot from his mumblings.
My mumblings. Is that what you call them?
Because I mumble, too. We always mumble. I think I call it, I don't know.
Some of us may mumble, but some of us, we rumble.
I'm really glad that you're off work. I really, truly am.
That's kind of what I mean. I don't know, when I think all of us have that negative voice inside. And some people it's louder or quieter than others, it's that little part that just that self-doubt or whatever, that little part of you that's always telling you, no matter how good of a job you do, that no, it's never
the imposter, the critic, the one who's like, you're going to be totally taken advantage of if you try and do this or if you try and do that. And it's like,
fail at this as you always do.
Right, and it's like, geez, brain.
Oh my God.
Why are you going to be so mad, man? Why did I do to you? And honestly, we found a good refrain for that, and we wanted to share that with everybody because we think that they're clues, and we're trying to get our attention. And, it's kind of a precursor to, hey, pay attention.
Yeah. But, I don't know. I'm not always good at it. I'm not always good at recognizing the negative voice in time because I can get, depressed. That's one of the things I deal with. But when I'm able to, which is more and more often all the time because I'm getting better all the time, is really using just a little personal comedy, a little personal persona, a little flair and pizzazz to kind of dissipate those. And it works actually pretty effectively when I catch it in time.
Learning to go easier on yourself and be more gentle with yourself and not so critical, because self-talk is real. And you're sitting right there. Yeah.
And well, really, the first step
now we know where the negative voice comes from?
Well, for me, also separating myself from the negative voice, right? If you can, again, not always easy. If you're, heat of the moment times, just, it's a matter of practice. But when you can separate yourself, so it's like, it's as if someone else is talking to you in there, as not like a separate person, but you're like, I'm like, hey, well, that was mean. What's going on with you? And you're like, hey, little guy, why did you always have to say that?
And you mean by talking to your thought like that?
Yeah,
like you're talking to the whatever thought that just popped in your head that wasn't so nice?
Right.
And you talk to it like it's, hey, buddy.
Yeah.
What's going on with you?
Yeah.
What's I'm so glum. Like,
you know, put your arm around
and
his
I mean,
shoulder,
just
give
be
him a little
ridiculous.
noogie.
But
Be a noogie.
the jerker it is, I'm always just like, well, hey there, Frowny.
Somebody needs a swirly.
No, you don't do it mean. That's not the appropriate answer. It's more like, hey, what's going on, guy? You look like you seem to be cheering up. Like, what clue are you trying to give me? What am I not missing? And it usually has something to do with an action that I'm supposed to be taking or procrastination that I really should get done. And other times mine is just on 10 with that, and I am just racing towards the finish line on my projects.
Oh my god.
But like,
to a fault sometimes.
Yes, I do. I definitely overwork. But like, recognizing the negative voice and using comedy to then just take a step back and be a little easier with yourself. And not being negative in any way, shape, or form, but like just being gentle with yourself, because for me that's made all the difference.
It's really what it really is about for me is really kind of starting a dialogue with those negative thoughts, not to engage with them, you know, in a way that, you know, is a part of yourself, but in an effort to dissipate them. But if you lean into it instead of trying to resist, if you lean into it in order to just say, hey, what's going on? Why do you feel this way? And you kind of are forced to get an answer, and then you can kind of continue on with it. And when you do it in just an amusing kind of way, I don't know.
I'll tell you, it's always a delight to watch, because it's a spontaneous conversation within yourself, and it is funny. It's fantastic. What's that all about? Or you said potty head shush?
Potty head shush. We used to say that all the time.
Yeah. You would hear me like in the shower, and like I'd hear you in the shower, and I was like, potty head shush, and I'm like,
someone had a bad thought. Potty head shush.
And you just incrementally get better, like, and easier every day about it. Yeah. It's so much fun. Chuck says it looks killer. Can't wait for Bailey's portrait to get here.
All right. Yeah.
Ashley says hi there. Pat says sarcasm is my life is my lifeline. LOL. You're funny. Hi, Crystal. Crystal Victoria's here. I love everybody so much. Thank you guys for all helping out and hanging out with us tonight. Let us know if this makes sense to you, if it's helpful in any way, shape, or form, or if there's something that you would like to talk about. This is just something that came up today because we found a lot of
also, I was kind of on point. I said a good amount of funnies.
Did you?
Well, I don't know. You were laughing a lot.
Oh, yeah, no, that was a snowball effect. That's, seriously, honestly, we really should be streaming all the time because, like, the funniest moments happen when not paying
funny
attention.
Moments, when you're caught off guard and you start to laugh, your brain resets.
Mm-hmm.
When you can find something ridiculous and be like, what the? Come on. You just get a moment that's like, all right, okay, I'm reset. Okay, let's get back on track. You know, let's figure it out. But, you know, you make things fun and things.
It makes life easier.
Yeah.
And who doesn't want that? Hi, Don. Don Loeffler's here. I feel like we're not seeing all the comments again, and I'm going to be upset with Facebook and shake my fist roundly at them because I really want to see everybody.
Oftentimes we exit out, go back in, 100 comments, It's like, oh my God, okay.
You are so funny. You are becoming seriously more and more, like, I feel like I should explain, like, I feel like if we go out to places, I need to explain where you came from.
Sometimes I feel as if I talk in an accent more than half of the time. Like, and it makes me think, who am I? Am I Lars or am I Lorenzo?
No, you are 100% Lorenzo. That is a thing that has happened, and, you know, whatever.
Transformation was nearly complete, and finally, I shall become a man. Like my father before me.
I will say, you are your father's son. 100%. There are many times, Pops Adams, that you have been in my house, and you have not known it because he is...
The older a man gets, the more he realizes he is doomed to become his father.
It's amazing, too, because the well then is amazing. That's my favorite one.
Including the receding hairline.
Yes. But it says it's so helpful to have a partner to feed off and laugh with. Absolutely. Don says, hi, guys. Cammy Whammy, that says, the heavens on my show, my co-host and I catch each other, and we break all the time and start laughing. It's fun. I want to see your show, Cammy. Put that. Can you put a link in? I want to see that. Dawn says, I've missed you. I've missed you too, Dawn. Autumn says, the way the two of you communicate and bounce ideas off of each other and giggle, have so much fun is so darn cute to me. Love the positivity, guys. You're amazing. Thank you, Autumn. Cami says, I have a friend who for some reason is Scottish, and every time we go food shopping.
Wait.
Yes. Oh, yes. I can do an Irish. A little bit.
The way you phrased that sentence instantly makes me think we'd be friends.
Yes.
Who for some reason is Scottish.
But only grocery shopping Scottish. Oh, yeah. They just like saying food in Scottish.
Wait, hold on. I have to study Scottish.
Yeah, we're trying.
Irish. I'm trying Irish. I'm trying to.
I can do I
under
do
the
it.
harvest moon.
I can only do it if I think about the guy from the Rundown. And then there's some usually a really loud, oh, can we do it? And then I'm going into it after a while. But I really, really, I feel like Irish people would be very upset with me if they heard my rendition, and because it's not good. And
my greatest exposure to the Scottish accent is through, Austin Powers and through Shrek.
Which is probably
I'm so sorry.
It's not a good representation.
Scottish people.
I'm so sorry.
I'm sure it doesn't sound like that. I'm sure it's much more musical than the guttural utterings that I've been exposed to.
Oh, we are not good at it. And then there's the lisp, and then I'm learning French, and then I can't get that. My mouth can't be relaxed enough.
My accent is like a Xerox of a Xerox of an accent, of a real one.
That is true. It is all accents. Here's the kicker: all accents everywhere are Xerox copies of 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 the original, and something new.
And this is also how I know you do have a little bit of ADHD in you, because I realize, man, we really got off the beaten path talking about that all of a sudden. Shrek.
It's just that I am probably pretty severely ADHD, but you are just so bad. It is. That's not to say. I've read the report. I've actually had they Skyped
You've read
me.
the science.
No, listen, the guy, you guys. Okay, so when Lars actually was diagnosed with ADHD, because I was like, no, there is something seriously wrong with you, and I love you so much. The thing
was worded that way many times.
Hold on a second. I want everybody to realize something though. Your dad is a psychologist. He has his degree.
Master's degree only. Master's degree only.
I spent
Yes, theologian.
No, less than a year, and I'm like, there is something so desperately wrong here. You must go get evaluated immediately. I'm afraid for you. And I literally was afraid for yourself and others. So he gets evaluated at this place, and they're like, seriously, I've read the report. They've been amazing. You know this to be true. It
was very thorough.
It was very thorough, and they say usually we don't recommend to start medication for ADHD. We try to do cognitive behavioral therapy first. In your case, we're going to go ahead and prescribe. They Skyped me in. I was on Skype. The doctor said, he forgot about it. Do you see this? This is how much he forgot. The doctor insisted to Skype me in so that I could take notes, so that I understood exactly what his level of ADHD was. I was in on these conversations via the telephone.
It's a large level.
Mm-hmm.
Level is large.
You made incredible improvements, I will say that. You're incredible.
Practice.
You've done an incredible job. You really have.
I do my best.
You do a good job. Kimmy says, yeah, it's called Heavy Leather Music Show, and it's that name on Facebook. Oh, sweet. I'm also the editor, too, and put up behind-the-scenes stuff sometimes. Very cool. I'm going to have to check that out.
For sure.
Yeah, in no way am I trying to, disparage you in any sense of the imagination.
I do not feel disparaged.
Thank you. I'm really glad that you know, because I was on camera with the doctor.
I heard what he said from the horse's mouth.
Do you remember? Well, I'm seeing more. Hi, Hannah. Kimmy says I'll try to tag you. Thank you. I love that she has a friend that is only Scottish while grocery shopping or food shopping.
So that's where we got off track. That's where we started talking about Scottish things.
Yes.
We've got it. Okay, that's right.
And the nice thing about ADHD, too, is honestly, when you really think about things, are these problems really so big? Or is it okay to just kind of forget some of the little stuff?
Yes, it is okay to forget the little stuff, is the answer to that.
For me, it is. I mean, I've kind of learned to embrace, like...
What is your definition of little?
Oh, that is a great question. You are learning, sir. You are learning aptly. Did you see that? That was a learning experience. He just hardwired that. Good question. What'd you ask?
What is your definition of little? Because it is okay to forget little things, but how little?
I do find myself, honestly, and I will tell you this is my first time honestly admitting this out loud to anybody. I know that there are times where I'm like trying to remember why I'm mad, and I'm like, wait a minute, I have ADHD. I could just let this go, and I could say, you know what? I don't know what I was thinking. I'm sorry. Have you noticed that lately?
Yes. So that's why.
Yeah. I just embrace it. I'm like, I don't think it's that big of a deal. So
that's what I'm saying. I'm like, we'll
just let it go.
You know what I mean?
I'm like, I'm just gonna embrace that part of me and just let it slip on into the ether and let it go.
Right. Like,
it's better if it's that important. It'll come back. And quite frankly, there's no emergency. You know, like I was an EMT and flight medic for the Air Force, and
I delivered pizzas.
Yeah, I was an undergraduate with the United States Air Force and flight medic.
I also was zookeeper.
In a mall zoo.
In a mall zoo.
In a mall zoo. The funny thing is, though, is that like when I had first come back from the Air Force, I had seen you there. I remembered you, and then we did. I had walked past him, and
I had long hair.
It was
more weight.
A lot. But I was like, I did double take it and look back at you, and I was like, and it looked so sad, like you looked so defeated, and for whatever reason, I'm like. And then when we met and we started dating, I asked, he's like, I worked at Surf and Safari. I'm like, you didn't stand out there with because I had just seen you once, but I to this day remember
stand out there
what I was wearing. It's like a flashbulb memory. And then we didn't meet then for like 10 years later.
Which is weird.
It's totally weird.
So technically the first time we met was what, like 15 years
No,
ago?
because like I think, was Carrie even born?
No.
So, like, it was like 13 years ago, 14 years ago.
Yeah.
I had seen him, and honestly, to this day, I swear I have that memory.
My job was to have a yellow albino python on my shoulders and stand in the mall hallway and say, sad. Would you like to take a photo with the snake?
You didn't talk to me.
But I wanted to.
You did. I could tell.
She was very pretty.
Aww.
Is.
Well, it was 13 years ago.
You are very pretty.
Thank you. I'm going to see what other comments we have.
Fun job, though, man.
Yeah, I bet.
I took care of the snakes in back. I was the snake handler.
Yeah,
I wrangled anacondas.
Yep.
Is this a good time to tell
Chuck says
stories?
Chuck says just don't come to Walmart too often. Cami says, I'm great for derailing conversations and making them amazing. Yes, the derailing. The derailing is real, for reals. Autumn says, how cool. Thank you for your service, Morgan. Hey, it was honestly, Autumn, I have to say that it was, I loved the Air Force. Anaconda Wrangler. Yeah, no, I love the Air Force.
On the business card, yes.
Mm-hmm. Like, I loved the Air Force. When I went to boot camp, or basic, yeah, I made honor graduate. They did things there they had never seen before. You wanted new and different. My first day there, not even 24 hours in, we like go and get our stuff, and they make you set up your things or whatever. Just like the first day, and like I went and decided that you have to put down a towel in your bottom drawer thing in your metal locker for your toiletries, like shampoo and conditioner and razors and all of that stuff and all of your things. So I went through and I got my towel, and the towels are all soft and they're not right. So I decided it made sense to me. I took all my bobby pins, I took a bunch of bobby pins and all the corners. I bobby pinned the corners. I hairsprayed all of the stuff down. So I folded it right, and then I pinned all the corners with bobby pins and hairsprayed it, put it in the locker, set it flat, and then they called us to the next room. And the next thing I know, the TIs are coming in. They're like, whose is this? And I was Campbell at the time. Trainee Campbell reports his order. Mine, sir. They're just like, who told you to do this? Nobody. It's a good idea. And like, I became like, I was an element leader and like.
Was he like turning it over his hand?
Yeah, he was. He was walking away. He was going like this. I was the only trainee who could like shine boots right. Like, it was easy. They gave like the best instructions. It was clear, concise. It made it better. I gave it back to them. I said, "This is cute, but then we can do it this way." They love me. They absolutely love me. Like they
rewrite the SOP on that one.
It was. I literally read the manual once. I passed the airman's test, flying colors. The only one who did.
I went in the Army for a little bit. It didn't go the different path, different route, different.
Yeah, no, it was great.
You know, it was very difficult for me to try to pass those tests.
Oh, I'm like, order. What? Everything here is clean. You guys have SOPs. It's right here. It's all written. Like how to fold a towel. You literally tell me, you train me how to do everything in life. This is amazing. This is the greatest thing I've ever had. I had like
military
4 jobs.
life and me.
Oh, it was great.
Some of it is cool. I mean, I got to shoot stuff when I'm training, and I got to like throw some grenades.
I didn't do that.
I was a mortarman for like 6 months.
You didn't make it out of basic.
I made it out of basic and into the advanced individual training for all
of it. I didn't know that. I thought you didn't make it out of basic. I'm so sorry.
Baby.
I'm sorry. I didn't know.
This is what you think of me.
No, I thought that's what it was. I thought you got washed out because of your.
I was in advanced individual training. My legs. I had an infection. They nearly cut off my leg. They nearly cut off my leg.
I know, because he didn't tell anybody anything. And let me bring you to this present day, where today, even
it's
to
not
his
that
wife,
bad.
he doesn't tell me things. He forgets to tell me things all the time.
Well, I mean, eventually they had to be like, Private,
the ADHD
you go to the
strong.
medic right now.
Oop.
Go now.
No, it was bad. It was really bad.
And I'm like,
for you.
it's not that bad. I can finish. I can do the push-up.
No, it was bad. And that's the thing, like, you let it go for far too long because you're so good at ignoring things.
Limped along and... I had to go to the mistress of pain. That's what I called her when she performed. Ugh. It's very painful.
It's okay, though. You survived it.
And then I was home for Thanksgiving. Literally the day of Thanksgiving was when I showed up as a surprise at my parents' store.
Did you?
After the Army.
Good for you. Good for your parents.
Because when I finally came back, I just caught a Greyhound and just came home and just showed up.
Yeah, no, I made honor graduate. I
Surprise.
should take salute, right? As the only female who, didn't follow no friggin' water hazard. I ran the course, and I ran it well, and I also brought my other sisters across with me. I didn't fall ever. Not once. I was one of 3 out of like hundreds that didn't fall. Refused to. I climbed that hill. When I climbed the hill at the end of the whole confidence course, and I mean, we rocked that thing. I climbed the hill at the end of that confidence course. My brother flight was up there, and they go, no, she's not a sister flight. She's a brother. She's one of us. She belongs on our team. This is like, awesome. They went freaking crazy, man.
That's awesome.
And that's like one of the proudest moments of my life. Like, and like the TIs are like, you can't talk to females. They're like, that's not a female. She belongs with us. Like, and I'm like, nothing to disparage the female side of things. It was just one of those camaraderie things that if you grew up in the 80s, you're trained to believe that that's really good.
It was meant very well.
It was meant in like, think like old Vikings. Basically, if you're young, think of me as like super old and coming from a world where there's like Vikings.
Why do I not have a Viking
World War
persona?
I, I was there because when I was a kid, I thought people like World War I.
Babe, my name is Lars, and I don't have a Viking persona.
No, I know.
I have runes tattooed on my skin, and I don't have a Viking persona.
I didn't want to bring too much attention to
the beard.
I know. It's more conquistador on the beard.
Sven?
No.
Sven. No.
Low hanging fruit, man.
Okay. Rolf.
Oh, I like. No, that's your ancestor, isn't it?
Yes. I do descend from a Viking named Rolf the Walker. Approximately 1054 AD.
I'm sorry. Just
I know my genealogy, and I apologize, and I can take you through
the instant. No, because you can, and I really do that. But when you say Rolf the Walker, and then I think of you, and I know that I'm like your seeing eye wife. like I've had to pull. Like I'm the seeing eye wife where he's walking towards the cliff. It's dark, and I'm like, danger! Hold on a second. Come over here, and you see like the pebble go off the side of the cliff, and like so that's kind of. You're amazing at what you do, though. Like you're good.
Snorri.
Snorri?
is my Viking name now.
Okay.
He was a real guy from back in the day. I know it's a
Well,
historic
I want to read
name.
some of these comments.
Snorri.
Oh, Kim says, my son Bentley says hi. He's so excited to see your live because it's been a few days. Oh, hi, Bentley. Hi, Kim. Autumn says, seeing iWife. I'm going to have to use that one. Highly.
She takes me by the hand in grocery stores.
Mm-hmm.
Literally.
Autumn says, thank you as well, Lahos. And oh my guys' accents are on point. You guys are hilarious. Yes, seeing iWife.
Yeah. She helps me to know where I'm supposed to go in a grocery store.
And I'm like, listen, buddy, I don't know what you like. It's a miracle.
I release. I let go, and I just allow myself to go with the flow of wherever you take me.
Right. Oftentimes, though, I too feel like I need a handler, and it's really hard. But I'm like also like the handler and the leader, and I'm like, I need a coach. Like
in a grocery store, I allow you to take the lead. It's just best in that specific scenario.
There's a lot of distraction there, but strengths are oftentimes found in our greatest weaknesses. If you can master that, you can master anything.
And you know
so I implore you, so I challenge you, so to find the way that works, that may be different, but that works for you, so that you may become the master of your own mind and not be held back or restricted in any way, shape, and or form from your own greatness and finding that greatness in your weakness.
Then in that case, I have an idea.
Yes.
And it is this. When we go to the grocery store together, I get my own little list, you get your own little list, we go separate ways. Then we meet back in middle, everybody's happy. What do you say to that?
Why are you overcomplicating things?
It's not overcomplicated. No. You don't have to worry about guiding me. I don't have to worry about being guided.
I don't even go to the grocery store with you now. Why would I subject myself to that? Like,
because the conversation revolved around you holding my hand at a grocery store.
But it's null and void because I don't go to the grocery store. It's too people-y out there.
Then why are we talking about this?
ADHD and autism has a place. This is a superpower, and this is how we can go, you know what? I guess it's really
Let's
okay.
see some comments. I don't...
High five!
Yeah.
We did it.
Anyway, what did we come in here to talk about?
We were talking about using
comedy to deal with negative thoughts
voices, yes.
and to get back on track.
Yes.
In some cases, comedy can kind of keep you off track for a long time.
But it's okay because no matter where you are, you're always in perfect timing.
But I let me tell you, we use a lot of comedy. Name me one negative thought we have had in the past 20 minutes.
Not many.
Sorry.
In fact, I feel like we have all grown younger.
Hmm.
I can feel it, my collagen. Please stop putting things on.
They don't do this anymore.
Chuck says, time to get the groceries delivered. I couldn't agree more, Chuck. Really, seriously. Oh, you know, we could do groceries so many different ways. We have to really, you know what? We have to challenge our grocery beliefs.
Okay.
No, because we've tried many different ways of grocery shopping. I'm glad that you're bringing this because everything needs to be analyzed. No, because
I'm like, sure.
yeah, not even. But because we did a whole thing where we did all of our like crockpot soups and meals and everything the month before, and we made all of our pancakes, and that was a great month. We had so much bandwidth to get so many things done. We didn't have to think about meals or grocery shopping or any of that crap. It was amazing.
You don't get the pleasure of cooking on the stovetop and slowly bubbling my sauces.
Oh my goodness. Put it in the crock pot. Get on with life.
You would take this pleasure
It will
away
cook
from you?
for you.
You would take the pleasure of cooking away from you?
There is so much that needs to be done.
But it's so fun to cook.
I understand where you're coming from and I appreciate it.
But at the same time, a lot of crock pot meals, it's oftentimes nice just to grab
Right. When it comes to nutrition and,
put it in the microwave and say I have a meal.
Or just, throw it in the crock pot and just listen, and then smell it all day and then it feels really good.
And yeah, it's like as if you're cooking all the time.
It is. They're so funny. Kim says, I love the comment you just made. Find greatness in your weakness. Yes, our greatest strengths are found in our weaknesses. At least that's what we believe.
Yeah. I think that our weaknesses are there to show us what we're supposed to be
I
really
also
good
call
at.
it being incredibly stubborn. I will say this, as an autistic person who is literally completely hypersensitive to everything, emotionally, auditorily, every sensation is like way pumped out there. If it was difficult, I absolutely had to do it. There is some driving force instinct that I've noticed with so many people, like...
I am more like an eel.
How? How are you more like an eel?
It's a path of least resistance. You
No.
slip between and you go forth.
That's beautiful. I wish I could do that.
Dodging
No,
back and
it's
forth.
like we talked about
Slide
this
to
the
left.
other day. It's like, if it was difficult, I was like, well, that's what I'm going to do.
I avoid such things.
I do not. I'm like, oh, you say I can't do that? Well, that's what I'm doing next.
I'm more like, it's funny that you say that, then also I don't care what you think. I will do
They
whatever.
told me when I was diagnosed at 18 with narcolepsy with cataplexy, one day you will become disabled. Sorry, this is going to happen. I am disabled. I can't work outside the home. I can't drive somewhere and do what I do every day. It takes too much energy out of me, and I had to leave my last career because of that. It became very dangerous. But when they told me that as an 18-year-old me, it's a little hard to hear that, hey, you have an incurable disease, and I still hadn't registered that I was what autism was and how I was affected by it.
Yeah.
The main course, like your Tourette's, was my narcolepsy, and so I was like, oh, that's interesting. So you're saying that my life is just now supposed to be beginning, and that it's never going to be disabled? Well, it's time to start living, and that's what I did.
Yeah, that's cool.
And I went for it. I did the Air Force. I did kickboxing. I've been a kickboxer since I was 16. Tattoos. I've done... If I wanted to do something, I did it. And if somebody told me I couldn't do something because it was too hard, I did it twice and I showed them how to do it better. I'm just that stubborn.
Yep. Very
And
intense.
yes, I am extremely intense. I really am. And I wish it was like, I don't know where was that? I don't know where I get it from. It's honestly always just been my instinct. My instinct has always been, you do not run to others you always run towards danger. Literally, I've almost been in a car accident, like in high school it was. Like, we almost got in a car accident, and everybody else, like, braced back, and I literally leaned forward. And they're like, what is that? I'm like, I don't know. And I didn't mean to. I was just like, I just figured it would be, the easiest. I'm not afraid. But I'm terrified.
Yeah.
I live in both is and isn't at all times. So it's like, I have to pick really where I stand.
Yeah. There's definitely some contradictions in my own personality, too. I can tell you
I think everybody does. I think we're all spectral. We're all puzzles, we're all everything. Everybody is everything, all the time. And because, here's the thing, if you weren't afforded it when you were born, life experience happens. We all go through similar life experiences. All of us. And how we react to that depends on where we're coming from. If you're not challenging your beliefs and you're not understanding what you feel and what you honestly believe, write it out. Actually write it out and explore the actual other side of it. The part that you don't even... I'm not always comfortable going, yeah, I can understand how somebody coming from that kind of situation could be that horrible, but if I can at least kind of get to the place of understanding, I feel like, if for nothing else, at least I become a more rounded person. And I understand a little bit more about myself. And I have some more leniency, not only for other people, but for myself.
For sure.
Yeah. Oh, we have tons of comments.
Yeah.
Kemi says, oh my god, I was studying for cataplexy, but I don't have narcolepsy. Oh,
That's
so they don't think... That's interesting.
That's really interesting.
That is extremely interesting, because cataplexy is considered to be only... except for in... I did read a study. I read something about this. I did read something about it. Kemi, I want to get to you on that later, because I want to figure that out, because there was something about that. I was actually published in my early 20s with my work with narcolepsy and cataplexy in idiopathic hypersomnia.
You touched on a special interest.
Yeah.
Just now.
Yeah, because what it is that there's specialized receptors near the hypothalamus that are not receiving orexin and or hypercretin. Now, they can't inject it because of the blood-brain barrier, and we've actually tried to put it into the spinal cord to see if it will work. It just doesn't cross right. In the instance of cataplexy, what that is that there's an on-off switch for your REM sleep, so that you don't usually hit people when you sleep, and when cataplexy, what happens is that will flick off, and that's when you fall. Because you lose, bilateral loss of muscle control. Interesting. Oh, I want to throw this up on my mind. I call it the big screen. So, like, if I have a thought or idea, I throw it up on the big screen is what I call it, and I can see, like, how that works. I want to think on that, because I did read a study about it in particular, and I would love to hear more about your experience with that. They figured out what else it was, but I have a whole slew of things, so I don't know which thing exactly causes what else sometimes. Oh. Listen, if my parents loved me, I'd be a doctor like 7 times over by now. I love, like, seriously. Oh, I love it. I love medicine, and especially, neurology. I am so about neurology. I can't even tell you how much I'm about neurology.
As you can probably tell.
They don't think it's cataplexy. It's still bilateral loss of muscle control near that area means that there's some kind of damage there. I don't want to say necessarily everything that shouldn't say that. Sorry.
She finds it very fascinating.
I do find it very fascinating. Cammy says, yes, I grew up feeling like 2 people, and we all do to a point. I think, but it used to drive me a bit nutty. Yes, writing things out helps me a lot. I've done so much research, I would just fall to the ground. Yeah. The dissociative disorder, that's my main issue. Yeah. Wow. Yeah, I have heard of that. Oh, that's fascinating stuff. That's fascinating. Wow. No worries, I feel like I like that you were fascinated because it's beautiful. Brains are incredibly gorgeous. Like, everybody has their own, and like, you can grow it and you can refine it, and your imagination is everything. And it's like, I love brains. But I do remember, I have to remind myself that I'm not my thoughts and I'm not my mind. Like, our brains are there primarily to move the body. So if you can move the body and imaginate at the same time, or imagine. What did you say? I have complex PTSD. Yeah, I have PTSD too. I'm working through it. I'm getting there. I've just started working towards fixing that. There's a dog. Excuse us.
Did you see a paw?
There was several. They just popped right up. So I'm very interested in learning more about this. Amanda says, hey my people. Hey Amanda, how are you? Yay.
Very serious thing. Like, what?
I wish you could just come hang out and talk about all of this. We should.
Heck
Why
yeah.
not?
Heck yeah.
Why not? Like, we could get together and talk about it, and then, like, even see if there's other people who are interested in it and who might want to, learn more about it. If so, then why not? Absolutely. It's fascinating. Oh, my brain is just like, I can, all the files, I can literally hear all the file cabinets, like, in my head, like, opening up.
Hear the wheels in your head turning, yes.
Yeah, they really are. Because, yeah.
Yeah.
Avoid potatoes.
Avoid potatoes?
Well, okay, so there is an allergy that is associated with narcolepsy and cataplexy, the nightshade family. That comes from eggplant and potatoes and
the nightshade family.
Certain salsas, certain tomatoes. Tomatoes are usually okay, but so I avoid foods like eggplant and a lot of eggplant because it makes me really tired. And certain salsas, like, I've got trigger foods that for whatever reason when I eat them, I have cataplexy and narcolepsy like no other, and there is nothing I can do about it at all. Michelle says, hey, hi Michelle. Cammie says, I live far away. Amanda says, that's okay. We have phones. That's how we're doing it now.
We have the technology.
Amanda says, I love that you say hi so happily. Of course, we love you. Amanda says, makes my heart smile. I like grapes. I like grapes too.
Concord. It's the way to go. You spit out the seeds. It's work, but it's worth it.
It is work, but it's worth it. You're so funny. Oh my goodness. Yeah, like, whenever anybody says don't do something, or even my self-doubt, I go against my self-doubt. Like, if I just, especially the negative voices, if I'm like, they're like, there's no way you could do that. I'm like, oh, really? Well, let's go try it out. Or did I already do it and prove you wrong? Then maybe I have to learn a lesson there. But I figure we're always trying to help ourselves out. I mean, right? So the nicer we are about it and the funnier that we are about it, usually the more I'm going to listen to it. And if it were, your help in that area is just so well appreciated.
The plucky comic relief is an underrated character role, but it's very important to advance any plot.
I hear the cat.
I hear it too, and I think it's my cue to go and get the cat. Put the food away.
Well, yeah. How long have we been on for?
We're
going on 40 minutes here.
Are we?
Yep.
Wow.
Wine silences negative vibes, says Amanda. It does. It does.
Grapes make wine.
They do.
That's why you like them. Now I get it now.
Oh my goodness, there's 50 comments? We did not see 50 comments.
We
Well,
might
let me
have
see.
seen 50. I don't know.
Maybe. I always just worry so much that we're not seeing all of the comments. And for that, if we haven't read your comment, I absolutely apologize. We are doing our very best.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's been a busy day. Mondays are always one of those days where we tend to get back on track.
Oh, yeah.
So,
Weekend is over. And here we go. I mean, everybody deals with that.
yeah. Tuesdays, I did read today that Tuesday is the most productive day of the week, and I absolutely agree with it. It's funny, though, because I used to wish I was always born on Tuesday. I don't know why. I just wanted to be.
I
But
recently
now
heard a new song about Tuesdays, and it makes me laugh when I hear it. It reminded me of that when you said we were talking about Tuesdays.
Thank you.
Tuesday.
You're hilarious. I love your voices too, because like you just totally walk so fast into the radio announcer.
Tuesday.
Yes. It's true. It's absolutely true. Everybody's just the best. It says Morgan counts them and she reads them. She knows it wasn't 50. Huh? Yeah, I kind of do count them as I read them. And it might have been close to that, but I thought we only saw like 35 to 40, to be honest. Like, I think we're missing some.
You know, if I'm going to have to trust someone counting numbers, it's probably you.
Yeah, I will say I do make mistakes. Sometimes. I mean,
I make more.
I make mistakes.
I know, but I make more, I'm saying. So
I'm just trying to remember my last mistake.
Well, I could tell you a few, probably. I don't know. Maybe if I thought about it really hard. I'll tell you a couple.
I'm sure I make them. I know I do. I make a lot of stepping on toe mistakes. That's where my mistakes, a lot of mine are. So I'm really glad, like, that you're so patient with me. Chill.
Very chill.
Unclench yourself.
Lorenzo says unclench yourself.
We really need to make that a thing.
I think it's a meme.
I think that it's amazing is what it is.
Unclench yourself.
See, that's just weird. But also kind of calming. So, I really truly appreciate it.
Relax your muscles.
We'll have something up on YouTube soon.
Relax. Listen to the sound of my voice.
Good night, Moon.
Good night.
Bridget said you guys are so cute. You guys inspire on so many levels, says Amanda. Amanda says I love the puppy, that you guys still have the puppy love thing going on. Thank you. Amanda says sometimes you have to scuff a ruby slipper to make your point. I love that.
That's a good saying.
So much. That's the coolest thing ever. Sometimes you have to scuff a ruby slipper to make your point. I love that. Crystal says I make custom shirts. That sounds like a great shirt. Lorenzo says unclench yourself.
Lorenzo says unclench yourself. I sense a business opportunity.
Yes.
What's on you?
Okay, here's the deal. I used to do that for a living. Like, I would make t-shirts. Like, I would just make sayings and stuff. I had an income. I'm funny on paper.
Yeah.
But let's do that.
Or the keep calm ones. Keep calm and unclench yourself.
Yes. That for everything. And yes. Mm-hmm.
I think.
Namaste, unicorn.
Namaste.
Unicorn.
Takes a wise man to know these things.
Yes. Or yes. So much yes on that for absolute reals. Autumn says, I totally get that, Morgan. I have The same issues with stepping on toes. My memory is horrible, so I have a tendency to interrupt people and blurt things out before it's gone from my brain forever. Absolutely agree. So much. And then I have to repeat myself, if you're anything like me, 12,000 freaking times in a row with the same words just in case I have forgotten something somewhere along the line.
And I stand there listening.
He does.
To all of them.
It's like, well, because I don't know, I'm like, I feel like I sometimes might not be saying all of the things. And I don't know if nobody knows. Here's the deal. If I sit there and repeat something, chances are I've got something stuck up on this side that I'm not aware of, and it's probably crucial to making it funny. And I don't know that I haven't said it out loud or not yet. I don't always know. I really don't. Did you know? I'm not things. Sometimes yes. I just don't know.
Yes. It is apparent to me.
I can't help it. I mean, I can't help it. I do my best every day, and it's getting better all the time. My brain is fully communicating with itself, and I am learning every day. I am self-programming and self-evolving, and I am getting better all the time.
Neurons that fire together,
wire together. There's a lot of self-talk that goes on in this house. A lot.
I have learned it from you.
I know. It helps though. It honestly does. Instead of like sitting there and being critical to yourself and to others all day long, if you're doing nothing but encouraging yourself and encouraging others and saying, hey, great job, great job. I say great job to the cat.
Right down there is the cat.
But like, what's the harm in that? No harm. Only happiness.
Yeah, I like that.
Cammy says, honestly, I just felt super relaxed hearing him just do that accent. And I've been in panic mode for days for so many reasons, so thank you. Ellen says, yes, girl, I'm all about the details. You're funny. Yes, for real. Like, I want you to do more.
I began developing this accent when I was in high school, listening to the great Antonio Banderas. Especially his rendition of Puss in Boots.
Lars got a debit card today in the mail, and he chose Frozen.
Disney.
It's Frozen, yes, with the two...
My debit card is Disney with a frozen princess, and I call it now my Ice Queen card.
It's true.
Which one, my darling? Would you like the Ice Queen?
Listen, all I know is that I was like, where is this? Because he had opened an account for something, and it's not a very pleasant account, and like, it's not a bundle, and like...
Well, I got the official mail.
And I look over, and he opens up the envelope to open up his bank card, and glitter. I see...
It sparkles.
It's sparkly.
With Princess...
With Elsa, and Anna,
and Sven, don't forget Sven.
And Hans. But no, Hans isn't on there.
No, Hans is on there.
Is he?
Yeah, and the reindeer.
I thought that was fun.
I don't know. Well,
no, who's the other guy? Is it
the dashing fellow?
No, the blonde guy.
Yeah, the dashing man.
Well, then he turns out to be
the
dashing.
Fancy man.
He's not fancy. The other guy was fancy. He was 13th in line.
He looks pretty fancy to me.
He looked like a slime ball. Called it
the
from the beginning.
reindeer is on it.
From the beginning. I don't trust him.
The demonic snowman. And the two sisters. All of them are on my card.
Yes.
I have them all.
And it's sparkling.
They are mine.
And I'm so very proud of you for that, honestly. Like, when I saw that, I was just like, I was in the middle of something because we actually had work to do. And I had to hold my hand up over the card and say, I cannot deal with this right now, Lars. Honestly, I don't know why you've got Frozen on the debit cards, but I literally had to block it from my view because it was so distracting, and I just had to get through the last 35 seconds of what I was trying to say.
It was between Frozen and Darth Vader. The choice was clear.
It was between Frozen and Darth Vader, and the choice was clear. So Anna and Elsa end up in...
They clearly won.
They did clearly win.
I have her.
I know.
She is mine.
I'm so sorry, I can't take it.
Positive energy only in this house. No Darth Vader. It's only negative. It is the dark side. Do not choose this.
I can't.
Let it go. Let it go? Something about dawn.
You actually do know the words, and I know you do because I've heard you sing it so many times.
I'm not going to sing it right now because I don't want to cry. Every time.
It's true.
I'm free. I love musicals.
It's true.
They really get me.
Okay, so yeah, they really do. I love you so much.
This is my purpose in this house.
Yeah, it really is. But you're just not. I don't mean to be mean about it. It's just,
Oh no,
like,
I embrace
seriously,
it.
I don't know what I would do without you because like I'd be such a stress ball mess. This right here is why the autism and the ADHD model works so very well. Like I've been watching studies that Dr. Simon Baron, Dr.
Simon Baron Cohen?
Yeah, well, because his cousin is Sacha Baron Cohen.
Oh! Sacha Baron, is that what I'm thinking of?
That's his cousin!
That's his actual cousin?
Yes! And he's like, so this guy's like the number one like autism doctor in all of Europe and all of the, like the world. He's done like these incredible studies. And I'm like looking at his research and I'm like, it's right there. How do you not see what is clearly causing all of this? But, you know, nobody listens. Anyway,
Yeah,
and it's too late anyway. It's too late anyway. And no offense, I love being autistic. I love who I am. I vehemently love who I am. And I love who you are. But in these studies, these like, you see here, they've got people and they couldn't figure it out. It's so funny. You get a guy, I watch his studies and like, so there's in every one of these studies where he's explaining all of this stuff, there's always a room full of men and they're all doing they're all psychologists and they can't understand. I don't understand. Why is it just the engineers there? What accounts for this other part of the population? And, you know, and it's like,
Over
Thanks.
here.
It's us.
Yeah.
It's the artists. It's not the engineers, it's the artists, it's the authors, it's the amazing creatives in this world. They like so they've got these charts, they do these studies about populations and they're like, we see people who by giving these populations, can you not be distracted?
Sorry, she's licking the couch.
Please stop licking the couch, Peyton. They do these studies where they have these charts that come up, and basically what this chart shows is people who they've got a midline, and then people who are like highly on like say the ADHD side, and they're really really emotional and very caring, and then you've got somebody who might fall on the more on the autism side that may have more traits that are akin to maybe not as touchy-feely or you know if they would. However they choose to measure it. But they're like, it's weird because there's always one here and then there's one directly here and one here and on the other side here and one here and one right here and they seem to be directly matched. It's so strange. But there's males that are in this high female category and females that are in this high male category. We're everywhere. We're the Phil Dunphys and the Claires of this world. Like,
yes.
we're highly represented. Come on! It works really well. The difference is that females can mask it really well, and then you can do it right. Like,
That's true. Yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of that research is saying how, autism is on the rise in females, not necessarily so
no,
much
they're just
because
learning
it's on
how
the
it
rise.
is.
It's
They're
because
just
they're
learning.
recognizing
Yeah,
it.
they're recognizing it more.
Yeah.
I'm at an advantage because I was so out of control as a child that I was diagnosed as a child when it was could have easily been swept under the rug. Easily swept under the rug. I was not. They said no. But that actually saved me a total mess of trouble. It really did. Because you know how hard it would be for me, well maybe not, I don't know, to go in and be like, I don't know if I'm autistic or not. Now I remember that stuff as a kid.
Mm-hmm.
And honestly, it's like, I can just relax in it, which is so nice.
Yeah, for sure.
But like, it's this whole mix of your amazing ability to be so emotionally adaptable and so forgiving and so loving and so fun that makes it work so well, like when you embrace it.
Yeah.
And I love that so much, especially about you. Like, And I just love our life. And I want everybody to have that
too.
kind of happiness.
Yeah.
We want the same for everybody. Everywhere. All times.
Yep.
Amanda says, let it go, Lars. For your debit card.
Yeah.
I didn't know what to do.
She's beautiful.
It is beautiful. Cami says, made me think of The Princess Bride. Yes.
Which is a great movie.
Yes, it is. Melissa says, I'm back. Yay, just in time for funny debit cards. Hi, Melissa. Thought you might like it. Amanda says, like, go, Lars. Melissa says, I want a sparkly card, not just not with Frozen. Amanda says, Olaf. Yes, Olaf was there.
Olaf, yes.
The force is strong with Frozen. So funny. The blonde guy is played by Jonathan Groff, who was the best king in Hamilton. Oh.
Oh, for real?
I'll have to tell people about that. Angela says, I love you guys. We love you too, Angela. We'll have to tell because your eldest is way big into Hamilton.
Oh, man, yeah. She went to see it and all that. She's, knows all the songs.
Yes, she really does.
Yeah.
Oh, we love you too.
I'll tell you what, we've been on here for...
Amanda says, oh my god, I'm peeing my pants. Cammy says, it sends you a short video and a link on your messenger. Thank you, Cammy. Lars says, can we clone him? Lars 2.0. No.
Clone me? No. There's only room on this world for one, Lori.
Listen, it was... It's fine.
They're supposed to be...
There's an intense love here between the two of us.
Indeed.
It is a lot of hard work, and when I say hard work, like, it was not easy to get to this point by any stretch of the imagination.
You know when you're playing poker, and you've put a lot of money in that pot.
Oh, so much that you're just...
And it's like, man, if this doesn't work out, I'm out a lot of money. I gotta see this through at this point.
But here's the thing: is that the realization came when literally I said, you know, and this was just recently too, and I mean recently, and I think it's honestly because you guys have shown us how much we really do love each other, and we really appreciate that about everybody. And I finally was able to look at Lars and I said, I think this whole time, because it's hard, I'm a stepmom. Oh, that in and of itself. And from earlier this morning, tribute to all stepmoms everywhere. Honestly, that is hard. It is difficult to navigate for sure. But I said that I couldn't choose a life without you, so I had to just simply accept a life with you. And I think that's what it comes down to, all of us. We can't change the people that we're with at all. We can only change ourselves. And a lot of times that comes down to accepting who we are and accepting who the people are that we're with. You can learn to accept them fully or not at all. But I don't know that I can't choose a life without you, and I can't choose a life with you. I can only accept one with you.
It's actually a really nice way of putting it.
Well, thank you. Some say I'm pretty good with language.
Yeah.
Not bad for somebody who spoke opposite for so long.
Yeah.
It's okay, buddy.
Oh.
Aw. My poor Bubby Bubs.
He's
Let's
requesting
see.
an armpit itch.
Helen says, thank you so much for sharing the way you guys balance each other. Thank you, Helen, I'm so sorry. As a special education teacher, so many of my students on the spectrum fear they will never have a meaningful romantic relationship. I love being able to show them your life. Absolutely. For so much. Because here's the deal. Listen, you oftentimes, like, it's cute. A lot of times, Lars, I catch him looking wistful, and I'm like, what are you doing? He's like, I was just talking to my high school self and saying, if you only knew, buddy. And it's like the sweetest thing in the whole wide world. You guys, high school, growing up, all that time, just enjoy it and learn who you are. And be the best you that you can be. Discover who you are, so then when the time is right, and you do meet your perfect person, you're just the person that they need too.
Yeah. Yeah.
Helen says, I need happy. You guys being happy. Oh, that's Amanda. I'm so sorry. Thank you, Amanda. I'm so thankful for you. It's easy to cry and feel bad, but you guys pulled me out of the ugly place. Well, thank you so much for saying so. You don't have to be in the ugly place. I found if you just sit there and say, I want to be happy. I want to be happy. I want to be happier. I want to be happier. Then all of a sudden, just by just sheer stubbornness, I'm going to get myself happier incrementally.
Yeah, and it's nice to know too that we're not alone. None of
Yes.
us are alone.
No.
You know,
Yeah.
like man, life can be difficult sometimes.
Especially when you take that double feet. Sorry.
Yeah. I get that, you know.
Yes.
But we all
sure.
get that.
Absolutely. And
Might
the
as
point
well
is, keep going, laugh,
laugh.
have fun with it, you know, and then do something creative. Like create something out of nothing. I think that's really like so cathartic. I think that's usually, I know when I get kind of itchy about stuff, it's usually that I need to create something. I need to play and I need to make something out of nothing so that I get inspirational again and get all, you know, vibrant. And be like,
what was that? Thank you. I didn't get it the first time. Yeah.
Teresa says being a stepmom is hard and to navigate. It adds another element for sure. Many elements. It is. That is definitely a new level. Let's see. Oh, we're at that wonderful thing. Let's see. Melissa, don't be afraid of therapy either. Even if you only go once, it helps so much. The stigma needs to be taken out of mental health. I absolutely agree. I will 100%. Absolutely go on record and saying that we did go to therapy.
Oh, we went to couples therapy.
I demanded
did my
it.
Individual therapy for a while, and I honestly not. I need to probably get started on that again.
I was the one who needed therapy because a lot of our problems at the time were caused by me being autistic and not knowing it.
Well, same goes for the ADHD. Quite frankly, there was just a whole constellation.
The stigma of labels really does need to be removed because, and that's one of the reasons why we come on and we talk so openly about these things is because, like, so what? Everybody's got something, like, right? And without these tools and without these labels and without knowing other people and understanding how other people experience life and without sharing like this, there's no way we would ever know. You're absolutely right. Mental health should be vehemently discussed, I believe, and so should other things. It's, you know, there's no more secrets. We have the internet.
Right.
We have the internet
now.
It's fast. It has so
many
answers.
You have no power here.
Right. Exactly.
This is not your domain.
That's not true.
Get it? Domain?
Oh.
But
yep.
You can count on
there
domain.
It is. Let me see what other comments we have. I'm seeing someone here. Laugh and let it go. Give yourself a frozen card and live on the wild side, says Amanda. That's hilarious.
Love it.
Cami says, if I'm not obsessively researching or creating something, I get depressed. I need to constantly be learning and creating. I understand that.
Honestly, me too on that one.
Yeah, I understand that so well. So well. I really do. Go on. I do allow myself downtimes, but I love learning new things. Absolutely. Amen on the stigma, it says Teresa. Couldn't agree more, Teresa. These are the things that need to be discussed, you know. I think money should be discussed. I think all sorts of things should be discussed. And I think we can all discuss them without taking things so friggin' personally all the time.
Yeah.
One thing that we didn't play and that we're actually kind of working on as far as like getting a good prototype out is blank robot card.
Yeah.
It's a reset card. And it's something that like we use here to say, I'll ask him a question. I'd be like, all right, listen, blank robot, maybe blank robot. And that way we know we're just entities.
Yeah.
We're just entities. We're just here existing, and so the question that I'm going to ask cannot be taken personally. And so you like the blank robot card essentially is it's like a little index card that we have, or that in my mind this is how this works. Can you cover it yours, please?
Yeah.
Where it says, I am reminded at this time that I am a blank robot. That anything that I am upset with isn't actually happening at this exact moment. No, there's no emergency except for a medical emergency. If I'm upset with something, it's a clue and it's a puzzle piece. It's meant for me to slow down, take a time out, and realize the problem isn't the problem. The problem is what I'm thinking about the problem.
Right.
Let's slow down, reset, and figure out how we're really feeling and to see if there's maybe something good coming, if it's, you know, what are you thinking about? What are the things that, and try and come from a place of understanding first. And I think that's one of the biggest things that we do is like, okay, so I'm seeking to understand. Help me understand. And as soon as we pull a blank robot card, usually now though, after getting used to it for a while, or just even just saying blank robot, I still want to write it out. I find it a lot easier for me to pull myself out of situations, especially meltdowns. I can end my own meltdown, I think, a lot of times if I can finally get to the place of blank robot. And it's like, oh wait, why am I upset? I think I'm just having chemical reaction to thinking that something's right now, and it's not really right now.
Exactly.
It's just that my brain thinks that, okay, so whenever I have a thought, or if I have a memory and I get triggered, it's because I think that whatever is triggering me is right that second happening right now. And it can be very intense for me in an experience, especially with all of the chemicals that get released, because it's hard to breathe through those. If I can blank robot it, though, I can bring myself out of it and be like, oh wait, I can separate myself from that situation and say, oh wait, let's look at it from the big picture, from the grand standpoint. Is this really that big of a deal, or what am I missing here? Where's the clue? What am I trying to get my attention for?
Yeah. Exactly. And it's very helpful for me too.
Man says, so when is story time with Lars?
Oh, that's a good question. You know, we've been discussing that. We're actually
we'll do some recordings, I think, over during the week for sure. And like they're gonna be just public domain, like kid stories. To be honest, it's just.
I could also make up some stories if you wish.
Yes, he makes up good. He makes up good. But you forget where you're going sometimes, though. It's okay.
He's a winding.
It's
road.
okay.
He's a winding road.
It's okay. It's okay. Anyway, you guys are funny.
You're funny.
You're hilarious.
The way you squeeze my knee to remind me to stop talking. Off camera.
Kevin says, I used to have a YouTube show where I would interview bands, and one time a band of guys opened up about a song they wrote about panic attacks. It was exactly an element of my show that I wanted to happen. Men being able to speak more openly about mental health specifically. You raise an amazing point there.
Seriously.
Because the stigma and the pressures that are put on men is not fair. It's absolutely grotesque, and in my opinion, it's obscene. And in no way, shape, or form. Like, I think it's... Yeah. I have just as much of a problem with the objectification of men and the stereotypes that we put on men that I do for women. I think that
it.
And
you know, I mean,
it just.
I mean, I don't want to say it's an equal problem or anything, because men have been the ones in power and men have been the ones.
At the same time, I don't know that.
And all that stuff.
Yeah, the glass ceiling is for reals.
So I don't want to take away from any of that. But it is a good point, honestly. I mean, it is very difficult to talk about mental health it has been for me historically. Nowadays it's easier because I kind of just got used to it and just become normal and everything
you can just be
talk
a human,
about,
and be respected for the human that you are. And the thing too is that one of the things that we've been working on specifically with you is being able to talk about your emotions as men. And men should be able to talk about their emotions just every bit as much as women, if not much more.
I agree.
Because I think I have emotional outbursts. But as far as emotional concern is, you're far more emotional than I am, and
I am. I'm an emotional guy.
Yeah. I'm
a very emotional guy, and that's cool.
Yep. And so, in a lot of ways, though, we would be considered gender role reverse. And it's one of those things. Well, can you really say that? Or if it's just human behavior.
Yeah, I think it's just humaning.
I think it's just human behavior. I think some things are easier for certain mindsets to accomplish, and other things require a different set of mindset.
All I know is, if you can decide what you want to do and want to be, you should go and do those things. And whatever that means for you is a good thing.
Yes, and it will make sense to only you.
Yeah. Just do no harm and...
Yes.
Yeah. It's not that hard.
It's not that hard.
It's not that bad.
It's not that bad. Shirley says, hey y'all, I'm late, I'm sorry. Shirley, you're right on time. You're perfect. Cammy says, men can talk about it and I don't want them to worry about taking the attention away or whatever. It's very valid. Yes. He says, we've been too stuck in this is what men do and this is what women do, but there's massive overlaps with wants and feels. I completely agree.
Very good point. Yes.
I completely agree.
Exactly what my point is. Yes.
Yes. The mechanic in the house is me. Sorry.
I'm pretty good at it, though. She does not recognize the skill, but it is true. I am good at it. Let the word be known. I can fix anything.
Okay.
As
You
is
do a
just-
good job. I don't want to, like, at the same time, though, I don't want to, like, take away from you on that. I'm just saying, when it comes to the mechanics of things, I'm doing it.
I stand by my record.
Okay. So, and we still have disagreements.
Sometimes.
So, and that's fine. You know, and there are some things that we always wish we were better at, and, you know, we're always working on ourselves. And it's okay to admit that maybe we've got strengths in other parts, too.
For sure. And it is definitely not my greatest strength, I will tell you that much.
And it's okay. You've got strengths in other places. The good news is, though, is that you don't need to be an ace mechanic to live a happy life. And you certainly don't need to be an ace mechanic to be with me or in this relationship.
Right.
In fact, if
We'll
you
need
never
to-
wanted to mechanicize ever again, I'd be so happy with that, and you could just be a historian and the man that I married, because
Right.
I married an
Don't.
author historian.
Don't worry, I only do it out of love.
You're funny, but it's neither here nor there, and I don't want to get off topic on something like that.
For
So,
sure.
let's see here. Cammy says, you were saying as I was writing it, and I was like, oh wow, we're saying the same thing at the same time. About the overlap of men and women. Absolutely agree. There are no rules. It's
It's
what
just we're all
honestly
human.
makes there's no rules in just about anything anymore. It's got to make sense to you. Your life path has to make sense to you.
Yeah.
And nobody else.
Make a plan, do it.
Yeah. Decide what you want to do and go for it and do your best plan, and it's got to make sense to you. I think that everybody's just like a heartbeat. Heart songs, everybody's got a different one.
Happy Feet. I love that movie.
Heartbeat.
Oh, well, yeah.
Or Happy Feet. Happy Feet, Heartbeat, whatever.
No, in the movie Happy Feet, that's a theme.
Oh, is it?
In the songs, baby. She doesn't know the musicals.
I was doing math. Listen, I remember watching the movie and I was doing math.
That song.
No, they were penguins.
It comes from within.
They didn't have big enough eyes. I wasn't paying attention.
Yeah.
Huh, that's interesting.
What?
I just said they didn't have big enough eyes. I didn't pay attention. I wonder if that's a clue.
The Krill had big eyes.
I would pay attention to the crow, maybe. I'm just saying.
Matt Damon was a Krill.
Yes, he was. So let's see. I'm not seeing all of the comments. And excuse the tail.
He's stretching
us.
his butt.
So that's okay.
All better.
All better. In any case, it is getting kind of late here, and we do have to get the cat and stuff. So
Oh, that's my other dog.
it's been Peyton, the one who is also very much in love with Lars.
She's a precious baby angel, and she can't possibly ever do any wrong.
You don't do anything wrong. You are a precious baby angel. Yes, you really are. I appreciate you. I appreciate that they're not lickers. So, in any case, we're gonna hop off. We will hope that everybody has a super great night. We will definitely be recording some videos for public domain for. Do you see the kind of this is the kind of crap I have to deal with every day.
I have no earwax problems.
She's gonna sit there and actually nibble his beard for a little bit because they have that kind of special relationship.
Really good.
And in any case,
And with the other dog messing with the tripod,
Yep.
I think they're letting us know that it's time to get up.
it is. All right, so everybody have your best night ever. You made it through Monday. Congratulations. I hope you all have your best night, and I hope your tomorrow's even better. Have your best dreams, and we'll see you again soon.
All right, see you guys later.